Welcome back, my friends. There is still some time left. Who should I visit? That's right. We were going to visit the second girl of the day. All right, so we spent some time with the succubus in the forest. These things happen. Oh, she trusts me a little. Who's next? All right, there's the crazy girl, the attractive girl, the shocking girl, the scared girl. Let's go with the attractive girl. No same choice twice in a row. I go. Yes. Okay, I should go see Rin. Rin said she'd be at the lake. Ooh, that's not the most inviting looking lake. All right, Rin Chae is stunningly beautiful, the embodiment of a picture-perfect city girl, which makes it really hard for me to imagine her as some sort of hellish monster. Really? Oh my goodness, the sound. The witness mentioned that Rin might be undead. We're dating the zombie, guys. We're gonna date the zombie. I'm still confused by that. None of it makes sense to me, and if she really is, she sure as hell doesn't look like what movies have led me to believe. I find it really hard to connect this gorgeous woman to an undead monster. You're just not watching the right movies. I'm just saying. Finding Rin isn't difficult at all. She's standing by the shore. She looks beautiful. There is no one else around, which means she sticks out and I already notice her from afar. I approach Rin and start talking to her, showing a big, carefree smile. Not gonna lie, that would really creep me out if someone did that. Hello, Rin. What are you doing all the way out here? Like I would think I'm about to get murdered.
안녕하세요. 또 뵙네요.
Oh, hello. It's you again.
성함이?
What was your name again? Junsung Park.
아,
Got it. Well, it's painfully obvious that Rin never made an effort to remember my name. Why would she?
맞아. 기억났어요. 준성 씨였지?
Right, Junsung. I remember now.
그래. 마을에서 지낼만 하세요?
So, Jun, how's life in Hope Hill Village treating you? Staying there a while longer? Yeah, well, there's no other choice, really. The fog poses a problem. I can't leave while it's this thick.
하긴 이런 안개라면 운전도 어렵죠.
Driving is impossible while the fog is like this.
게다가 전파도 안 터지고.
And all forms of communication are down too.
이런 지저분한 시골 마을에 갇히셨으니
Stuck out here in this shabby countryside town.
준성 씨도 참 고생이 많겠어요.
That's gotta be hard for you too. You can say that again. And things will only get harder from here on out. Oh, whoa, bro, tone it down.
사실 송구스럽긴 해요.
Perfectly placed dots. Phew, I feel sorry for you, honestly.
준성 씨가 괜히 말려든 것 같아서.
The way you got dragged into such a mess. Well, why's that?
도대체 서민들은 왜 이렇게들 제멋대로일까요?
Why are common folk so arbitrary? A very good question.
우습게 보이나?
They make the law look like a bad joke. I don't think I'm having the same conversation with her.
이런 식으로 마을을 불법 조성하면 어쩌자는
Oh.
건지.
What's going through the head of someone illegally constructing a whole village just like that? Wait, this entire village is illegal? I'm sorry, did you just say illegally constructed?
어머,
어머.
죄송해요. 아직 아무것도 모르시죠? 제가 배려를 못 해드렸네요.
Oh my, I'm sorry. You don't know, do you? I hadn't considered that. I should fill you in. Please do. No, please keep talking.
사실 이 주변 부지 우리 기업 거예요.
Well, you see, all the land around here is owned by our company. Oh. Our company? You mean Yonghwan Construction?
정확히 말하면 영환 기업 소유죠.
Yonghwan Enterprises. To be precise, my bad.
저희 아버지가 큰맘 먹고 이번에 투자하셨거든요.
My father was very determined to invest a large sum of money. Your father?
몰랐어요? 저 유영한 회장님의 막내딸인 거?
Huh? You didn't know that I'm Chairman Yu Yonghwan's daughter? Lin sounds absolutely dumbfounded, like me not being aware of the fact is the most absurd thing she's ever heard. Yu Yonghwan, owner of the Yonghwan Enterprises and all its subsidiaries, that word. He is, without a doubt, the most influential entrepreneur in Korea. I see. His power and influence exceeds even that of most politicians. I have heard that Yu has a daughter, but as far as I knew, she was studying abroad somewhere. Should I dig deeper? She can study me, am I right? Ha 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 ha. Make further inquiries. It's just that I heard his daughter is currently studying abroad.
언제적 얘기를 해요? 정말 PD 맞아?
Oh no, she's not happy with us. Where have you heard that? Are you sure you're a real PD?
그리고 유학만 간 게 아니라 영환건설 해외 쪽 업무를 봐왔던 거예요.
It wasn't just studying abroad. I handled business for Yonghwan Construction overseas. Wait, I thought it was enterprises. Which one is it?
거기서 인정받아서 올해 초 전무로 진급한 거고요.
My efforts were recognized and I was promoted to executive director earlier this year.
소식 참 느리시네. 뭐 하는 PD길래 그래요?
I can't believe news spread this slow. What kind of PD are you? Not a very good one. I mean, is this even true? I'm baffled for a moment. If this is true, I would have surely heard about it already. Why wasn't I aware of this? I glance at Lin and my eyes are filled with suspicion. This woman is absolutely not the human. If this stunning young woman really is the daughter of one of the country's most powerful men, me not knowing about it would be quite an issue in itself. Nevertheless, I have never heard her name come up anywhere before. I am certain of that. That only leaves two possibilities. Chairman Yu Yonghwan is highly protective and doesn't want to expose her to the public eye. Or the Din I'm seeing in front of me never really existed at all and is merely an illusion created by someone else entirely. No way. I do my best to cast aside the latter idea. I shake my head to rid myself of these suspicions. At least, in front of her, I can't let my doubts shine through. I wasn't aware of that at all. My apologies. So, I have to ask, what is it that brings you all the way out here?
오너 일가로 사는 거 쉬운 일 아니에요.
One would think being part of a family like mine is easy, right? Wrong.
오빠들은 듬직한 가족이 아니라 싸워서 이겨야 할 적이 되고.
I can't rely on my older brothers. They are just itching for an opportunity to win a conflict with me.
웃으면서 접근하는 사람들은 무조건 의심부터 해야 살아남죠.
Even when people approach me with a smile, I have to be wary and alert to make it in this business.
이런 상황에서 저 스스로를 증명하려면 발로 뛰는 게 제일 확실하거든요.
In this particular situation, it's best I do this on my own and oversee things personally. I see.
앞으로 PD를 하시려면 이런 상식 정도는 알아두시는 게 좋을 거예요.
As a PD, you should know this. It's common sense, to be honest. This woman, she's been criticizing me quite a lot. And not all too subtly, I might add.
사실 좀 걱정은 돼요. 몸 써줄 남자 하나 있으면 좋겠는데.
We're in. Actually, I'm a little shaken up and worried. It would be nice to have a man by my side to take care of me.
운전기사랑 안개 속에서 헤어졌거든요.
But I lost my driver in the fog. These things happen.
월급 받아먹으면서 옆에 붙어있는 것도 못하니 원. 시골 출신은 역시 쓰지 말 걸 그랬어요.
That look on her face. That is 1,000-yard stare if I've ever seen one. The least he could have done would have been to stay by my side, but I guess I'm only good enough for paying his salary. Guess I won't be hiring another backwood hick from the countryside. Oh my. She's very harsh. Oh dear.
아무튼 이 마을 사람들 분명 저희 기업 재개발에 반대하다가 쫓겨난 사람들일 거예요.
Getting slight Higurashi vibes from this. Anyway, the people of this village, they must be kicked out for directly opposing our corporate redevelopment.
아까도 말했지만 서민들은 진짜 법 우습게 한다니까요.
Like I said before, it's ridiculous how they simply play dumb and ignore the law, right?
레킹볼까지 동원해서 밀어버려야 겨우겨우 꺼지니 원.
They won't budge until I bring in a wrecking ball. That's...
그런 사람들이 우리 부지에 이딴 마을이나 세우고 있었다니.
She said the thing.
진짜 독종들 아니에요?
I just can't believe they've built a whole place like this on our land. The audacity. Aren't they like parasites?
이런 게 좀 보도돼야 서민들 의식도 바뀔 텐데 말이죠. 대기업이라면 꼭 악당이라고 보는 서민들이 아직도 많잖아요?
If this gets inadequately reported, it'll be perceived in a certain way by the public. That sure is a sentence. There are still many common people who view large corporations as the big bad wolf. Isn't that so? Oh. I get what she's hinting at, and it feels like my soul is leaving my body. Rin, however, keeps talking about her own story as if nothing's wrong. Same, brother. My soul is also leaving my body at all of this corporate talk. I doubt she notices how my facial expressions turned harsh by the second. She doesn't seem like the type of person who cares much about the feelings of others, after all.
그래서 말인데, 공익적인 일 한번 해보실 생각 없으세요?
So, would you be interested in doing something that is of great public interest? Wow, alright, yes?
PD님이 보시기에도 문제가 많죠.
I mean, I'm sure you see the same problems I do, right?
법적으로 허가된 일에 불응하고 불법적으로 이런 마을을 조성하고
This whole village was built in defiance of the law. I refuse to turn a blind eye to these illegal practices.
일부러 안개가 잘 끼는 곳으로 들어가서 우리 일을 방해하려고 하는 거잖아요.
This is a direct attempt at interfering with our corporate affairs. They must have thought we wouldn't find out because of the land's remote location.
그러니까 저는 이 마을의 일을 해결하고
There you have it. I'm here because I'm going to take care of this village.
PD님도 제 지시대로만 하면 되니까 편하실 거고 게다가 그걸 단독으로 보도하고
You can comfortably follow my instructions and it'll be a story that's all yours to report. Yours alone.
이렇게 되면 서로 윈윈 아니겠냐는 거죠.
It means we both stand to gain from it. How wonderful. What she's saying sounds plausible, but that doesn't mean I have to let myself be used as her puppet to further her agenda. I look at her with a confused expression on my face, but I can tell Rin is completely serious about all of this. She appears to be really serious about this. I don't like where this is going. Not one bit.
아, 물론 일에 대한 보상은 드릴 거예요.
Oh, and of course you will be rewarded for your work.
저 그렇게 개념 없지 않아요?
That's how this works. You didn't think I forgot about that now, did you? Rewarded?
당연히 수고비는 서운하지 않게 챙겨드린다고요.
Living expenses, man hours, labor costs. All of that will be taken care of by me.
쥐꼬리만한 PD 월급보다 두둑히 챙겨드릴 테니 걱정 마세요.
She's winking at us. And don't worry, this will be worth far more than a puny PD salary, I assure you. She's making fun of my career.
대신 준성 씨도 받은 만큼 수고는 하셔야겠죠?
After all, Jun, hard work requires appropriately motivating incentives.
그 정도 개념은 있으실 거라 보니까.
I think you
얘기 안
understand.
할게요.
I've said all there is to say. This is getting more and more interesting.
그리고 이번 일 잘 끝내면 저희 회사에 채용할 수 있도록 힘 좀 써볼게요.
Furthermore, if you handle this well, I'll do my best to secure you a job at our company. Wait, I'm a PD. What possible job could I have at a construction company?
안 그래도 최근
Oh,
홍보 전략실 미디어 부서 마음에 안 들었거든요.
I am dissatisfied with our media department anyway, especially the public relations branch.
능력 있는 사람이 가서 싹 개편하는 것도 괜찮을 타이밍이란 거죠.
A perfect opportunity for someone capable and competent to reorganize things over there.
어때요? 이 정도면 꽤 신경 써서 제안 드린 건데?
How about it? Sounds like something worth considering. Agree? Her face is the embodiment of confidence. In her mind, refusing her proposal is not even an option. I feel disillusioned by the absurdity of it all. Her proposed conditions are certainly enticing and not bad, but they are, how to put it, unconventional, to say the least. Therein lies the problem. It's a blatant abuse of power. In her mind, a guy like me is merely a tool that would never reject an offer like this. Everything someone from my line of work hates the most is embodied in this young woman right in front of me. So, all of this, is this the way you always do things?
응? 뭔 말이에요, 그게?
Huh? What do you mean? I mean, no thank you. First of all, I'm really curious about this place, so I will cooperate with you. But I won't accept any sort of employment relationship like you have suggested.
뭐예요?
What? I'll see you later. I'm a little busy right now.
이봐요, 준성씨!
Hey, Junsung! Later. I walk away from the lake as quickly as my feet allow it. I arrive back at the village and let out a loud sigh. This is messed up. At first, she struck me as someone just as unlucky as me, stuck here accidentally. In reality, things are a lot different. If there's one thing I'm proud of, it's that I didn't lash out at her and curse her out after her outrageous proposition. I shouldn't go against her. Having her on my bad side isn't a good idea. Maintaining a good relationship with Rin Chae is very important to me. Still, how the hell am I supposed to deal with someone like her? I sigh one more time and move on. Alright, well, didn't go terribly, didn't go amazingly. She just wants to use us for her business. Understood. She's definitely not human, by the way. I'm calling that. After finishing my late lunch, I return to the motel. My whole body aches. I'm exhausted. I feel that. Come to think of it, this has been quite an eventful day. But still, I can't afford taking a break. Well, I already have enough things lined up that I need to do next. According to the motel owner, the people in this village go back to their homes at 1 and stay inside until the evening. Maybe it's part of some crazy religious doctrine. Are they going inside to pray? Hell, I don't know. What's important is that this means I have a limited time frame in which I can move around freely without having to worry about the villagers. Exploring time! This means I don't have much time to gather hints throughout the village. My whole body feels heavy. I raise myself up with a loud grunt. Let's go. According to the information given to me by the witness, the village was designed to accommodate the summoning of 5 monsters. That means the villagers must have surely collected a lot of data and information so they can properly serve the monsters. If I can gather this data, I can find out about the monster's traits and characteristics. Meaning, if I use that knowledge while analysing the murder sites, I can pinpoint who the culprit is in each case. Okay, I should have a look around that area in the afternoon. There's not a lot of time during which I can move about freely without the prying eyes of the villagers on me. Time flies by fast. I should focus on one area. Alright, where should I go? Alrighty. Moving requires points, you have 7. I can visit 1 location. The lake or the forest. Oh, the map on the side is cool. So this is our creepy little village. Alright, a village where people once lived. Abandoned, we've got a big lake, we've got an abandoned school. You know what? I'm feeling all of these. I want to visit all of them, but I don't think we have enough time. Let's check out the village. I can't pass it up. An abandoned village, it's calling to me. Oh gosh, it's got several points. Abandoned church, abandoned building, abandoned house north, abandoned house west. Let's just start with the church. Yeah. I go to the church in the abandoned village. A small church in the center of the abandoned village, once a place of worship, it is now desolate and a messy shell of its former self. The church's appearance suits the village in a strange way. A place abandoned by God, next to people who have abandoned God. The circle closes. I'm not here to think about the intricacies of faith. I mumble something to myself and look around. I can see signs of villagers coming and going. They look recent. I can't afford to miss any clues or hints, no matter how small. Well, I'm thinking this thing's stuck into the crucifix. There is a really big cross. This cross must be the spot where people once prayed. Now it's nothing more than a worthless object in this forsaken place, destroyed and defiled as if to curse God himself. For a short moment, I'm lost in thought about how things must have been once, but then I shift my gaze. Wait, that's it? He's not going to comment on the two things poking out of it? All right. Check the drawers. I look at the knocked over cabinet. All right, what do we got here? I open it up with great effort. Something falls out. What's this? Ooh, Vampire Hunter's Record. Hello? It's a book with a lot of dirt on it. It's titled Vampire Investigation Records Volume 3. With these being the writings of a vampire hunter. Nice. There's bound to be important info. It can't be a coincidence that this book ended up here. Well, it is at church. If Mina really isn't human, which one was Mina again? Was she the scared girl? I should be able to cross-reference and find similarities between this book and the crime scene. I put it in my bag. It appears to be an important piece of evidence. All right, should I keep looking around? Yes. What's in the box? I opened the paper box with great care. It's a book about past events. It's titled Fox Spirit Hunting Diaries, Volume 5. The Kumiho? This is the story of a hunter who tried to catch the legendary nine-tailed fox. There we go. Looks like the villagers have studied the fox spirit's traits with the help of this book. In that case, this is more than just an ordinary fantasy story. I put the book in my bag. All right, we got 2 books. This could contain important clues. What's in here? A small chest with 6 drawers. I open them one by one. The other drawers are empty, but within the third one is a unique book. What's this? The book is giving off an ominous vibe. It's titled Undead Survey Diaries, Volume 6. All right, we got books on 3 of them. These are the writings of a novelist who conducted research regarding the undead. It's me! The villagers appear to have gathered info on the undead with the help of these diaries. I see. This will help me understand the identifying characteristics of the undead. Okay, this is important evidence. I put the book in my bag. All right, should I keep looking around? Absolutely. What's in this one? There's a box in the corner. Inside of it, there's a magazine with a very erotic depiction of a woman on its cover. Magic Monthly. Those witches are into some freaky stuff. It's a somewhat well-known occult magazine for people who are into that sort of stuff. Indeed. Normally I wouldn't pay any attention to it. Of course not. But considering the circumstances, stick it in the bag. Alright. Should I keep looking? Alright, we got the dirty magazine. Let's go. I look at the scattered papers. Ooh, Satanism. Let's go. Monthly Magic. An occult magazine. Should I really take it with me? Of course. I take it just to be sure. It could prove useful. Alright, we have gotten a lot of books and magazines out of this church. We are learning. There's a TV. I look at the TV and then turn my head. Okay. There's an old chair. I take a look around but can't find anything of note. Alright, I think we looked at everything now. We looked at, yeah, I'm not getting any options anymore. So, how do we get out? Not think this is... How do I leave? Let me leave. How do I leave? Oh, that's right. Mina was the scared girl. Where do I find those books? Ah, here we go. All right. Settle in, chat. Lore time. This is a compilation of records made by a hunter who lost his wife to the cruel vampire nicknamed Winter Cave Ragman. Oh. This hunter's name was Brad. These are excerpts from his notes, and it is up to you whether you choose to believe them or not. Okay, month X, day X. In the early morning hours, we talked about our plan to summon and attack the vampire. Jane managed to sense his location, so we set out in that direction. At sunset, we found an old abandoned church. Tales tell of the fact that vampires cannot enter these sacred halls, so we camped there and decided to get some good rest. We are close. I have to save my strength. How naive to assume this place was safe. The vampire swooped in a while before dawn. He attacked Peter, who was on lookout duty, and nearly tore his arm clean off. When we woke up, we fended him off with crossbows, and he hid in the darkness. Jane drew Ariok's symbol. Ariok, while we aided Peter and wasted silver bolts in the process. With Jane's holy barrier finished, it was unable to get any closer to us. We held out until sunrise. Peter is lucky not to have lost his life. We discussed what our next step should be. Carl said he'd take Peter to a surgeon, but that would cost us precious manpower. But we cannot stop now that the foul beast is within reach. If I miss this chance, I may have to wait another decade. Carl got furious. He asked me if revenge was really more important than Peter's life. He said I was blinded by revenge, losing sight of all those that sacrificed their lives along the way. Jane also suggested a change of plan, but I objected. I tried to explain to the others more people would die if we stop and retreat now. Luckily, Peter agreed with me. He told me he'd stay with me until the end, even if it meant losing his arm. Wasn't it torn off? It's already lost. Peter had originally chosen to come along to avenge his daughter. After Peter's words, neither Carl nor Jane spoke up again. It fills me with relief that I'll see the end of this journey alongside them. Fret not, my beloved wife. You shall yet be avenged. Okay. Rejects the way of Ariok. We got a note out of that. Tip, you can click on a book to add its info to your notes. Oh, can I click that? No? All right. Vampire. Wait, where did my books go? There we go. Monthly Satan. The capital city of hell. Rusthatos. I hope I'm pronouncing these right. Many records of hell nowadays share the same source, the devil worshipper and scholar Alonzo Brusca, who kept meticulous notes of his findings. One of the most interesting records references a place called Rusthatos. I can't pronounce it. I will never be a Satanist. Alonzo was taken prisoner by Lilith's servants and was taken to Rusthatos, where, through various methods, they tried to convert him. Due to their drugs, he was able to see more than he could have ever imagined. Temporarily able to descend deeper into hell itself, in a form neither physical nor spiritual, Alonzo's writings claimed he ventured all the way to the realm of Asmodeus. So, bro had a hell of a trip. Buildings were crumbling, surrounded by fire, and the contorted bodies of humans crushed by the falling bricks. Shambling human shells with no arms banged their heads against a wall of infinite size on the only pristine building, begging to be let go. The laughter of demons echoed from deep within. At the heart of it all stood my great lord Asmodeus. As I tried approaching this beautiful scene, I could feel my mind turn blank. The effects of my elixir coming to an end. No, the trip is wearing off. There is controversy regarding this record's authenticity. Some say that Alonso described the stereotypical image of hell at the time, and nothing more. Whatever the case, it is a commonly accepted fact amongst scholars that Rosthatos is hell's capital. Not gonna lie, I did not know that. Alright, the Dirty Magazine. About monsters. Fear. Avid readers of our magazine will already know there are various types of monsters, right? Since we've received a lot of questions on the topic, let's take a closer look. Let's talk about the attribute fear. Oh, the horror. This monster type is actually quite common. Wouldn't any monster fill you with fear upon seeing it? That fact is what makes this type particularly common. Among the most famous monsters of this type are werewolves, who are always of this type as they have no other choice due to folkloric preconceptions. It is said humans who see a monster of this type tremble with crippling fear and become unable to sleep for days until they face a gruesome end. Many of them choose to end their lives themselves. Can you imagine a horror so great that you'd rather die? If you've been suffering from nightmares for days on end, watch out, for you may be a target already. Maxine editorial. Okay. Where are my other books? There we go. Alright, Undead Survey, Diaries, 6, about the author. Yeonhwa Shin is one of today's finest Korean horror writers, having made her grand debut with the work Teeth of Rot, followed up with The Hanging Man and Nightcrawler. After dabbling in the mystery genre for a while, she returned to her roots with Stinging Stares, a modern interpretation of the classic undead mythos. It's a compilation of the actual diary notes she had kept while staying in a rural village for 15 days in order to research the undead. Month X, Day X, Rain. Alright, zombies, my favorite. Let's get into it. I am now out of the countryside, in a remote motel along the highway. My hands are still shaking. I still can't tell if what I've just experienced was real. Until yesterday, I was sure everything would be fine. I stayed in the village despite Hojin's urgent warnings, and was just about to finish things up. I didn't get much sleep and was fully focused on writing. Since I was staying up so late, I heard someone sneaking around just outside my door. I carefully peeked outside and saw that it was Hojin. My first thought was that he was going somewhere to investigate, but then I decided to follow him quietly and observe. I somehow felt like he'd lead me to the answers I had been looking for. But maybe that was just my paranoia. Maybe this village was starting to affect me subconsciously. I quietly followed his footsteps. The pouring rain was loud enough to cover the sound of my own steps. Hojin arrived at the forest, highlighted in red, he told me about, and that's where he discovered me following him. He was angry and scolded me for having stayed, but then he told me that this place is where the villagers always gather at dawn, trying to summon the undead. Wait, is Nutty not the succubus but the zombie? He told me to return to the motel and that he would go check out another place. I already followed him out here on my own, and after we argued because I insisted on staying, he reluctantly took the lead. Hojin and I arrived at an ominous-looking spot. I didn't know this lake existed. Hojin explained that this was one of the locations where the undead called Rigor Mortis, fantastic movie by the way, could be summoned from. Lots of villagers were gathered there, chanting strange words for a ritual. So, okay, they're at the lake. Upon closer inspection, I saw a person tied up in their middle that I recognized. It was the mother of the young man who had died, who had supposedly been sent to a nursing home. Hojin got out his camera and took pictures from afar, and I was already starting to regret having come here. I could feel pure evil all around us. After a short while, the villagers suddenly stopped chanting. They slowly turned their heads, looking in our direction. Hojin grabbed my arm and we ran. Had they already seen us? I couldn't think straight at that moment. Back at the village, Hojin told me to grab only what I needed. I fled with nothing but a small handbag and my laptop. Hojin was waiting for me in his car, and just as we were about to leave, the motel owner ran out, furiously trying to stop us. Luckily, the car was faster than him. That's how we escaped. I need to calm down. I don't think they will chase us all the way here. I need some rest now, badly. Both of us are shaken up and exhausted. Okay, so the undead is at the lake. So that was, what's her name? The woman that kept looking down on us? Summoned at the forest lake. Whoops. Alright, so we have a little bit of information on the vampire and the undead. Alright, let's get into the Kumiho. Chunho Kim was one of the greatest hunters during the Japanese colonial era. He kept meticulous hunting diaries. One in particular that sticks out is from his later years, about his hunt of the fabled nine-tailed fox spirit. Aided by Wan Tae Han, an expert on this legendary creature, Chunho Kim was tasked with hunting the fox spirit, and their story is one that rivals modern novels in suspense. Surprisingly, these diaries were proven to be authentic and genuine, with characters and events matching other historical records at the time. Did this mythical fox spirit really exist? Editor's notes. 1919, month X, day X. It has been 2 weeks already since Chunho's group set out to hunt the fox spirit. And there certainly have been results. A 2-man team of hunters even saw the fox spirit and tried to shoot it. However, something was wrong with them the next day. Chunho ordered them to be watched closely, suspecting the fox spirit's magic at work. But they eventually simply vanished, just like the previously reported victims. Chunho said it's too dangerous to go out at night, so they set out as a search party at sunrise. It didn't take long for them to find the 2 missing hunters. They had been brutally killed, their brutalized bodies on display at some strange sort of altar. Okay, so the Kumiho likes an altar. Wante explained that this brutal method of killing exactly resembles that of the fox spirit named Heart Piercer from old records. That is a metal name. In other words, the prey had now become the predator. Chunho recovered the 2 bodies and ordered all hunters to gather to clean their rifles as well. They collectively vowed to hunt down and slay the creature. The atmosphere at their camp had turned grim. That same night, an incident happened. Wante was inspecting one of the corpses when another hunter suddenly attacked him. The hunter was furious and asked if this was some sick joke, and Wante insisted this analysis was necessary. The fight between the 2 only ended when the young hunter Yongchu Park stepped in to break it up. Chunho advised Wante to best avoid the other hunters for the time being. Wante didn't take it too well. On this glum day, Chunho wrote the following in his journal before heading to bed. "We are no longer the ones doing the hunting." Okay. So the fox spirit brutalizes the body. I see. Alright, let's look at monster type deception. I don't think that was in any of the things we got. Animal sacrifice, brutalized. I'm thinking this one had to be the Kumiho, right? The fox spirit, yeah? So, wait, does that mean we pick this one, or does that mean we Yeah, I'm calling this one. For now. Second case is definitely the Kumiho. This one, not sure yet, but probably not the Kumiho. Okay. We're making progress. Ha. Alright. Now, how do I get out of here? How do I leave? Oh, wait. I found another book. Was that why I couldn't leave? The content appears to be religious, but the whole thing is written in English. Good for you, I'm great at English. This won't be of much help, huh? What's this? Something is sandwiched between the book's pages. Looks like handwritten notes by the religion's priest. Very interesting. This could be useful. Alright, should I keep looking around? I've looked around some more, but I couldn't find anything else. Okay, so we couldn't leave until we found everything. That's good to know. That's all for now. Alright. Nice. I took too long. I was reading. It was fun. I like the lore. Also, we probably figured out the kumiho. I take a look at what I've gathered so far on my phone. 3 pieces of monster information as well as 3 village logs. Alright, I should give this a careful read. Already did. Yeah, I'm ahead of you, sorry. I was excited. Alright, but we did get that other thing, so. Wait. Is this something new? Okay, it's just telling me everything that I already just did. Alright, so the vampire speaks an old language. Compare traits of the vampire to the crime scene. Vampires speak old language, but you found a different language. Therefore, a vampire could not have done it. Alright, so I guess that's tutorialing us. The culprit isn't a vampire. Okay. Do this with the others as well. The remaining one is guilty. No. I'm aware. Okay. Wow, that took a long time, but that was fun. I like the lore things. We finally figured out, like, how to cross them off the list one by one. I'm calling it Kumiho at the river, brutalizing the body. We haven't even looked at the other cases yet, though. And what's her name? Rin Chae. She's absolutely not a human. I'm calling that one already. I just do not think that she is a human. Anyway, come back next week. This is getting exciting now. I'm interested in all this. I like the lore. I like the figuring out. I like the looking around. This is great. Let's find out what's going to happen next week. I'll see you guys then. See ya.